I guarantee you, if you start to actually practice what is in those programs, that will make a tremendous shift in how you think about the world, and consequently, the results that you're gonna get in your life. Alright, so Periscope time is over, and we're just gonna make some burritos using the lavash bread. Lavash from Trader Joe's, and then we're gonna go for a bike ride because it's Sunday.
Whoop, whoop. It's mountain day.
It's mountain day.
Mountain riding day.
You want some more water there, Bubba? I will refill your water up for you, buddy.
Water?
Water time. Want some water there, Dewey? I just filled it up for you. So this is the lavash bread that we use as our wraps now, because they are actually oil and fat-free, which is awesome. Burrito wrap making station here. So we got some beans and some rice and some corn mixed together.
Dump that shit on there.
Just dump it right on there.
It's gonna be really full, but whatever.
That's alright. Holy, look at the greens on that one. Jalapeno pepper sauce. Snap. Some onions, some tomatoes, some greens, some hummus, red pepper sauce.
These are messier with the lavash bread, but whatever, they're still good.
Yeah.
This hummus is basically the red pepper cheese sauce, except for instead of using hemp seeds or cashews, I just used fat-free hummus.
Awesome.
Brah! Gotta stop saying that, Bubba. You're just overdoing the bra.
Yeah. You're putting that sunscreen on. That's just like giving yourself cancer. Ah,
Fucking an all-natural sunscreen. Yeah, but it's like the things in sunscreen are what give you cancer. It's like anything, you know, in excess is bad. Like the sun in excess is bad.
Yeah.
Potatoes in excess are bad. You need variety. Hey. Yeah, better now.
When you explain it like with like. So you did 15.6 kilometers. How does a new bike feel?
Feels good.
Yeah?
Feels a lot better than the old bike.
How does it feel different?
It's a hell of a lot harder on the climbs though.
Yeah, just because there's a slight shift in the gearing, so it's a little bit harder.
Yeah, like it's just smoother, the gears shift so well, the brakes are like awesome, and I feel like I have so much more control on it. It's so much lighter.
A lot less vibration through the road.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you're a believer?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a lot harder on the mountain.
Yeah.
My legs are burning.
Yeah. So she had a 28 on the front, so she had a triple crank set, which was a 28, 38, 48 probably. So her climbing gear was a 28, 32, and now it's a 34, 32, and that's just it's just a little bit harder to do.
34, 32?
Your climbing gear is a 34, 32. It used to be a 28, 32. So it was a lot easier before, and now she has to keep up a slightly higher speed, and so then that's why it's a little bit harder.
My cadence on my other bike was a lot higher, and now I have to spin a lot faster. It's a lot harder.
So you have to go faster.
I have to push a lot more watts out to go faster.
To maintain a better cadence is what it is, yeah.
To maintain a better cadence.
Absolutely. So we're just going to take a quick little break. We're going to ride down together. I'm going to ride back up, and then Hannah's going to go home. Cool.
It's so hard.
That's all right. You're doing great. All right, guys, so I wanted to change up the end of today's vlog. So we had breakfast, did Periscope, we went out for a bike ride, and we've been pretty pooped, haven't we?
Yes.
So we rode pretty hard today. I just wanted to include a little bit more kind of like content or beneficial content into the vlogs. Because I know if we just show you exactly what we do every day, like that's good in its own right, but there can be some more content, some more enriching information. Hannah says hi. And something that a lot of people ask about is how to kind of get to where they are to where they want to be. Especially recently, since we've been talking about online business success, like how can I grow more subscribers? How can I get bigger on YouTube? How can I create more financial independence for myself? And most people are always focused on how they are gonna do it. And that's almost kind of like the wrong thing to think about at first. So I'm gonna talk about creative visualization and why that is so important. So instead of thinking about how you're gonna get from point A to point B, most people don't even know where point B is. What does that end result, what does that look like? Does it mean that you're gonna be living in a certain place, you're gonna be making a certain amount of money, you're going to be doing things in a certain way, you're gonna be working for yourself, you're gonna be with an amazing partner, you're gonna be riding a really nice bike? Like, what is your point B? Most people know where point A is because that's where you're currently at. They don't necessarily have a goal in mind. What is your point B? What is that gonna be? So with creative visualization is that you want to focus on point B. And the thing that you wanna stop focusing on is how you're gonna get there. Because the path from where you are to where you wanna be, there's so many different variations that I couldn't tell you how it's gonna happen. Nobody knows. Basically, the universe will kind of like figure it out and give you the resources and the connections to certain people that are gonna get you from point A to point B. So I'm just gonna quickly talk about how I do this. And it's something that I haven't done recently because honestly right now, I have everything that I want in my life. Like there's nothing that I can think of off the top of my head that I would want to change. I have my dream bike, I have my dream girl, I live in an amazing place right now. We work online and we're financially independent from working at a job. So essentially in my life, there's no point B for me right now because I'm already at point B. But the thing is, I thought of these things like a long time ago before any of these things actually came to fruition. So something that I've talked about on my other channel, Unconventional Living, is the power of visualization. And what I essentially did was I wrote down a script for how I wanted my life to be. I'd write it down in great detail in the present tense. Instead of thinking that something is gonna happen in the future, for example, like I'm gonna be so happy and grateful when this happens, you don't wanna be thinking like that. You wanna be thinking, I am so happy and grateful now that. So there's only like a shift of a few words there, but it's a monumental shift in thinking. You're thinking that you have what you want right now and you're in that vibration, as opposed to thinking it's gonna be coming in the future. Because if you always think that it's gonna be in the future, then it will always be in the future. It's never gonna come to you. So one thing that I love to do is I love to write in my notebook. And it's not something that I've been doing a lot recently, and it's something that I wanna get back into just because when you think of something that you want, you write it down in the present tense, and you start visualizing it over and over and over again happening in your life, things just start changing, right? This is exactly how Hannah and I met and how our relationship has flourished. We started thinking about the person that we wanted to be with, and we wrote it down. And even though we were talking about this with each other, we didn't realize that we were writing down the type of person that we were to each other, right? And eventually over time we got together, things have flourished, and you've seen how Raw Till Whenever has flourished as well, and how our life has just kind of taken on this new dynamic because we have literally sat down, visualized this, wrote it down about the type of success that we wanted to have with our business in terms of monetary, and in terms of the impact that we're basically having on the people that either buy our products or watch our videos or anything like that. The type of impact that we actually have with these people and the connection that we have. We wrote it all down before any of it happened and we visualized it. So I'm not gonna give you the entire picture in this video because I don't want it to run too long. Two amazing resources that I'm gonna recommend. One of them is free, and the free resource is definitely the best resource I think that anyone has put out there for free in terms of creating the life you desire. I'm gonna put a link to it below, and it's the Born Rich program by Bob Proctor. It's a DVD program that you can watch for free on his YouTube channel. And if you spend maybe like 30 minutes a day watching and going through these DVDs and actually doing what he talks about and listening to the message and really internalizing it, then I think that will make monumental changes in your life. I definitely know it has for me. This is something that I started studying like 2 or 3 years ago, but it's only like really kind of been magnified and really been explosive, I would say, within the last year. And he talks about the power of visualization, and he talks about writing down a script for exactly how you want your life to be, and practicing that and focusing on that and thinking about that, thinking on that point B instead of trying to figure out how you're gonna get to some unknown destination. So I'll link that down below. The other resource that I would highly recommend is the book by Rhonda Byrne called The Power. That is a tremendously powerful book. Teaches you almost everything that you need to know about life in that book. That book and that DVD program, you're basically set. And the book itself, you can probably get it for used on Amazon for like 15 bucks, and the DVD series is for free. You don't have to go out and spend thousands of dollars on personal development products. You need those two things, and I guarantee you, if you start to actually practice what is in those programs, that will make a tremendous shift in how you think about the world, and consequently the results that you're going to get in your life. Just from what I've experienced, from what Hannah's experienced, we practice these things probably more unconsciously now, as opposed to we were very conscious about it when we first started thinking about these things. But now it's not so much something that we have to think about all the time, because we've just kind of internalized that thinking. So if you have any more questions or comments about this topic in particular, definitely leave them down below. This to me is the most important, one of the most important topics to talk about in life, because this is how you really create that life that you want, create that life that you desire. And that is, you know, what we've created for ourselves, just using these basic same principles. Stop focusing on how you're gonna get there. Focus on your point B and the feeling of that point B. So if you wanna feel like how good it will be to be where you wanna be. But you wanna feel it now while you're at point A, and then the path kind of lays itself out there for you. So I hope that makes sense. I will talk more about this subject, obviously, and other things that I use to basically bring me back to that feeling of being at my point B. So with that, I'm gonna leave you for today. So I hope you have a wonderful day or night. Do you have anything to say, Hannah?
Bye.
Hannah says good night, and I'm gonna have a big bowl of rice and refuel after that nice hard bike ride, and see you on tomorrow's vlog. Peace.